Tomorrow night, an opposition activist from Uzbekistan will be deported from this country to his homeland, a state whose government is regularly condemned for its human rights abuses by the British government. David Fuller reports on an unhappy collision between foreign policy and immigration.
This is why Jahongir Sidikov fears for his life. Seen here in the army coat, he took part in protests against the government in Uzbekistan in London 2 years ago. The Uzbek government has taken a dim view of protests closer to home in the past. This one in the city of Andijan in 2005 was crushed, and at least 200 people were killed.
Uzbekistan is, beyond any doubt, one of the worst, most vicious dictatorships in the world, and is renowned as a centre for torture. So how on earth the Home Office thinks it's safe to send dissidents back there, it beggars belief.
Jahongir is now being held in solitary confinement here at the removal centre in Colnbrook near Heathrow. He was staying in the UK illegally. His passport expired several years ago. He's set to be deported on Wednesday night.
I feel myself being a lamb who is waiting in this place in a farm and waiting for its time to be taken to the slaughter. It's a feeling like a person might experience knowing that he might be going to the death.
All Jahongir's appeals have been rejected. The Home Office don't believe that he's a major player in the Uzbek opposition.
The UK government is committed to providing protection for those individuals found to be genuinely in need. However, in order to maintain the integrity of our asylum system and prevent unfounded applications, it is important that we are able to enforce returns of those who do not need protection.
Given Uzbekistan's record, the Foreign Office has made it clear that they support the UN's belief that torture in the country is systematic. The UN Convention on Human Rights says you can't send someone back to face substantial risk of torture. Activist Shahida Tulaganova has taken up Jahongir's case. She believes no one has ever been deported back to Uzbekistan from the UK.
He will be taken straight to detention center in Tashkent, which we call kind of a little zoo, because the conditions there are horrible. If the British government doesn't want him to stay in Britain, at least allow some time for his resettlement in some third country, for example, another country of the European Union, which will be able and happy to take him on board and give him refugee status there.
Jahongir is almost certainly spending his last night in the UK behind these walls. A last-minute reprieve looks unlikely.